everybody, it's time to LOL. Listen out loud, that is. It's time for Anime Jam Session with DJ Ranma S, Mako-chan, and Ari Rockefeller.
Hey everyone, welcome to Anime Jam Session, episode number 508. We are that podcast that talks about anime, games, conventions, the fandom, geek stuff, and everything in between. I'm DJ Ranma S.
I'm Mako-chan.
And I think Ichigo forgot to hit the unmute on her side. Oh, our mic won't unmute. And also, Ari is off tonight. He's actually working a late shift. He will be back with us next week. And we ended up, as you can see, we took like an unexpected week off last week. We're sorry, but we're back. But like I have said on this show many times before, we love doing this show. And sometimes, we may not be feeling well for whatever reason. So, if that happens, somebody will take off. And I'll try to find somebody to sub in. So last week, Mako wasn't feeling well. Ichigo wasn't feeling up to it. So basically, at that point, no show. And I'm glad you all understand. So, and that's how we roll around here. So I should ask this next question, because I don't know if I should ask it because I know what Ichigo's going to say, but anywho, how is everybody doing tonight?
Well, I'm doing good. Ichigo is still muted.
Yeah, she's like flicking, flarn, because her microphone won't unmute itself.
I think I hear her pressing buttons, though.
As do I. She says it's literally Skype. Skype is being evil to her.
Am I unmuted?
There you go!
Yeah, I hear you.
Skype is literally saying that I'm not unmuted.
See, this is why I never... See, this is why I don't use Skype to mute and unmute. I just go directly to the board, and just pull the meter,
Skype had an update.
That's weird. Anyway,
So-
and I'm Ichigo Gami, and I'll try muting via my board, because that's freaking weird. It literally, I've been, trying to control him and do it, and I'm like, what? I can't. I'm literally ready to unmute, sitting here, prepared, girdled loins, everything, and I can't unmute. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And I thought I heard my own buttons, but I wasn't sure. And apparently, Skype is just failing today, as usual.
Did you do the Skype update?
I don't know. Whenever I start up Skype, I did start Skype way before the show. It usually updates, but I might have to go in and manually do it. Whee! The fun of live programming, y'all.
Yeah, when I came on this tonight, I had a message up that, there's an update for Skype. So maybe that's what's causing the issue.
Maybe.
I love updates and drivers. They're my absolute favorite.
Yay.
And like Ron Before 21 says, Skype sucks. You know what? I understand why people don't like Skype, and it sucks. The reason why we still use Skype, because our layout is fancy as fuck, as you can see. I can't do it to look this well with Discord. And I don't know if y'all remember, but the last time we tried to do a show live on Discord, it lagged so badly that we just jumped off and went right back to Skype, so... But maybe there has been some updates. I've always called Discord a forever living beta, so maybe I'll try it again in the future, We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
And since I'm running Windows 11, I haven't gotten any notifications about an update to Skype, but maybe I'll have to poke it with a stick and see what happens. But what's funny, as much as people hate Skype, it's still being used in some other countries, so it's still going to be...
Yeah, it's still an industry standard in a lot of places, too.
Yeah. Actually, they're trying to phase it out as an industry standard for Microsoft Office. Basically, the latest version of Office, there is no Skype for Business. It's Teams, which is nice. It's like a corporate version of Discord and Slack, but, when Microsoft bought Skype, they should let Skype run as it is, grabbed some elements and put it into MSN Messenger and kept that bad boy going. So, Anywho, we are here. We are live week of July 7, 2021, right here on Twitch TV /Anime Jam Session. You'll find us here every Tuesday from 9:30 to 11 Eastern Standard Time or Eastern Daylight Time, whatever works for you. So, you can find us here also on Discord at vognetwork.com/Discord with the rest of the shows that are part of the Voice of Geeks Network. We are part of the Voice of Geeks Network, and you can find more information at vognetwork.com. And also here on Twitch at Twitch TV /VogNetwork, where they kick things off on Sundays starting at 8 p.m. Eastern with the Bobby Blackwolf Show, followed by Orange Dodge Radio at 9. And how did you burn your tongue, Ichigo?
I was really dumb.
Look,
I'll get to that in my weekend day, but yeah, I was really like today. I don't know. My brain wasn't present. My coffee burned my tongue twice, and it just was bad. It was all bad.
I have never burned. I can't remember the last time I burned my tongue on coffee, but every time I brew up the coffee, it's like I'll take that first sip, and it's like, yeah, I need a little bit more milk. So I'll drink more bitter coffee, add a little bit more milk, stir, and be like, this is good. This is good. This is fine.
This is fine. World on flames around us. Oh, literal flames. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'm trying to bring some levity, but man, it has been a lot heavier around here lately. So
no, I absolutely believe that. So we're gonna kick things off with Mako. With how was your week? How was your day?
I don't know if you guys can hear, but Damien is snoring in the background.
No, we can't hear him.
Yeah, so that's all I hear right now is the cat snoring. But yeah, weekend day, not bad. It was Pokemon Go Fest the other weekend, so I was hanging out with Jen for a bit.
That's
and
good.
Catching all the Pokemon. And we went down to Seaside on Sunday to hang out. And it was nice because it actually wasn't crowded. I thought it was going to be really, really crowded, being such a nice weekend.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess because it was Sunday, it wasn't that bad. So it was nice to walk around and be able to, really get out of the house for a little bit.
That's good. Speaking of getting out the house, have you noticed how this summer hasn't been as hot? I mean, during the day it's been hot, but at night it's been a lot more cooler than normal.
Yeah, it hasn't been horrible. There was those couple of days that got a little bit warm.
Yeah.
But it hasn't been that bad.
Because as y'all know, when we get to the summertime, I have to turn off the air conditioner, put a fan over there, far away, so that you can't hear it on the microphone, but just enough where I can get cool. I don't recall taking the fan out at all since the summer, and I just been sitting here with the curtains open, the doors open, and getting a semi-decent breeze, or it's just really cool, so I'm not complaining. So yeah. Ichigo, how was your week? How was your day?
So glad you asked, Ranma.
Here we go.
Well, I feel like some weird anime character's been running with toast in their mouth and just having a really clumsy day. So I drank really hot coffee twice because I don't learn. I brew my coffee at near boiling, so if I don't let it sit, it is near boiling, and I like it that hot.
French press?
Just because no, not French press, but we have it's a drip coffee.
Okay.
It's a drip coffee. I do have French press though, but I've been using it a little less. But yeah, I brew it really hot, and so I end up burning my tongue. and I think I stepped on a pin, and I've been doing a lot of real clumsy hashtag
Mm-hmm.
aesthetic stuff. So yeah, that's been my day. And of course, I have been reorganizing my studio space a little bit. I've been trying to organize my resource library, which is what I call my book library, because I also have a fabric library, to make room for my pattern library, which is all my custom patterns that I've designed and made and produced off of CAD software and stuff. So I was working on that, but unfortunately, as many artists and creative and other like-minded fellows in the chat know, um, when you have things in your hand and there's a flat surface with nothing on it, what does that flat surface tend to do?
Mm-hmm.
It tends to be the place where everything ends up. And unfortunately, my work table got covered in stuff from my shelving that I was doing.
Whoops.
So I had to clean that up today, and I ran a little late when I was getting ready to stream, and it has been very crazy in the studio, quite manic, and a little bit a lot of things going on all at once. So yeah, in general though, had a lot of projects to work on, and today we were sewing on a swimming corset, which is inspired by a Victorian extant garment. So it was just been a lot of work with patterns and cosplay stuff, getting ready to ramp up again. And yeah, just a lot of stuff going on in the studio.
That's good.
Chaos, per usual.
Nothing like being the busy bee that you are.
Yes.
All right, so my weekend day, as I always say, it's the same with little changes here and there. As you can notice, one thing I actually got out, I got a haircut because I went out to a birthday party over the weekend, and then I got caught off guard getting a call for tech support, and I was like 5 shots in, and I'm just like, I can't help you right now. It's like, I can help you, but I need to be in front of a computer. Even with 5 shots in me, I can still do it, but it would have been too late by the time I had gone home to do it and come back. So, swing and a miss. So, ordered a couple of things online. I'll talk about that during Geek Roundtable. Other than that, it's just been as is. I have to, break down a bunch of these boxes behind me. I realized I've been getting a lot of stuff in the mail, so I gotta take care of that. But other than that, besides extra masking up, it's been okay. I can't complain too much. So, Okay, let's go ahead and move on to housekeeping news here. Don't forget, every episode of Anime Jam Session is available on YouTube Thursdays at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. These are not just replays that are on Twitch that's available for 2 weeks. These are all the episodes going back to the beginning of the year, which I believe is... Let me pull up this right here. Going all the way back to episode 482. So that's all of them, more or less. So check that out. YouTube.com/Anime Jam Session. There's a section called Podcast VODs. Click on that and you'll see all of the episodes. And we hope you like. Let's see, what else do we have here? Our bot has been updated. So if you go website, you'll get information about our website. I believe you do Discord, you'll get information about the Discord and then some. So I've been fiddling around with things last night, so it'll be a little bit of fun there. Don't forget to support VOG Network. Check out the shop at vognetwork.com/shop. There's some cool merchandise, some shirts, mugs, caps. We love it. Another thing here I want to let y'all know about. This also kind of connects to what I mentioned earlier in the show about us not being able to be on the show on a regular. See. Amazing voice actress Jessica Calvello is doing a hot tub birthday charity stream. This is going to be August 8th from 3 to 9 Central Standard Time, which to us is from 5 to 11 Eastern Standard Time. She's at Twitch TV/Jessica Calvello. It's a charity stream in support of the Anxiety and Depression Association of America. So we will be auto hosting that. I will be popping in. I'll probably throw a couple of bucks towards it because when it comes to that, I think everybody on the show, the fans, can at least understand some of that. So yeah. So if you can, come out August 8th at Twitch TV / Jessica Calvello. Have fun, watch her play games, talk. It's all good in the hood. So let's see, what else do we have here? Okay, we're getting to Geek Roundtable. This is the part of the show where we talk about some of the cool geekier aspects of our week. So, Mako, is that Freddy Krueger?
Yes, it is.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so while out on the boardwalk, I at the very, very end, I found a crane game that had plushies of the various monsters that go bump in the night. So there was a Freddy, there was a Dracula, there was a Wolfman, there was a mummy, there was the clown from It, there was I think Jason was in there too. But the guy before me, he was, spending money. And he finally got his. I don't even know how much money he ended up putting into the game. And luckily it was one that you could, switch out. So he had them switch for somebody else. Mm-hmm. And I went up there and with my first $1, I knocked Freddy to lay down. And with my second $1, I picked his ass up.
Nice.
So I don't know how much the guy before me ended up putting into this machine, but it actually gripped pretty well as long as they were laying down. So yeah, I got Freddy with $2.
I've seen that happen, where someone will put in so much money and then the next person puts in a quarter, boom, they get it,
Yeah, I mean, as long as they don't try to dick you over with the claws, a lot of these places will make the claws too weak or will have them not spring. But some of them you can get lucky and actually find it when the claws are actually working correctly. And this one was. I think the guy in front of me just didn't know what the hell he was doing. Yeah, I was very excited to get my Freddy.
And as Sia DeBerry says, the best is when you get a freshly restocked game and you get 5 things in $10.
Yeah, those are really nice.
Mm-hmm. Ichigo, what cool projects are you working on this week?
Apparently Buzz. Oh my gosh, all the bees! So... Okay, cool. Great, love that. Working on some stuff for a small trippy do to a garden if we're going. I'm not sure yet. Mm-hmm. And then also some swimming. So I am working on a Victorian swimming corset, which is based off of an extant garment from the Victoria and Albert Museum, which is a historical costuming museum. And I basically used the ideas from that corset to make into a more modern style corset because I am a modern bodied squishy being. And so
you are a precious squishy bean.
I'm a precious squishy bean. And so I've been working on the mock-up for that pattern. I made the mock-up. It was a little too big. So what I'll probably do is finish it up and put it in my shop. And it's space and purple and lovely. And so I need to make the actual finished garment, but because I've got the mock-up done and I've got the final garment basically done today on stream, we tried to do polka dot and stripe, black and white stripe, like really fancy fabrics, and I was having a problem matching up the polka dots. Mm-hmm. So that that was the day today. But that's kind of what I'm working on. So if you want to catch any of that project, work in progress, I'll be doing more of that on Thursday. But we're basically just working on that corset. And then also I want to make a big, like, cupcakey, princessy, fluffy, lacy dress in the next few months. I also have been looking in my fabric stash to find all the fabrics to start working on my cosplay for next year of hyperdimensional Neptunia. I am going to cosplay Neptune. And I'm just going to do her like costumes that are comfortable enough to sleep in. That's been kind of my go-to for any cosplays that I've been making is like, can I sleep in it? Perfect. And so it's going to be like a big pajama-y sweatshirt. And then she has another one that I thought would be perfect for ZenkaiCon, which is like a purple sundress with a little bolero over it. So if I make it to ZenkaiCon next year, you will perhaps see me as Neptune from Hyperdimensional Neptunia. So yeah, I definitely understand that some people are getting ready for cosplays and stuff like that, and I am definitely joining you in that avenue. So that's kind of what I've been nerding on about,
That's
and
good.
hopefully we'll get some more stuff done soon.
You know, I've been wondering to get into the Hyperdimension Neptunia games. I know the last one that just came out didn't get very good reviews, but I have like a couple in my Amazon cart that I'm looking at. I'm like, well, I'll probably grab one or the other, you know.
Mm.
And I also want to throw on a side note here that yes, Ichigo is a squishy bean, but so is Mako-chan. The difference is Mako-chan will probably randomly whip out nunchucks or a large blade.
I have lots of large blades.
See? So,
I have lots of small blades too.
mm-hmm.
I like sharp pointy objects.
Yes, you do. So, it's no secret that I am a Sailor Venus fan. Some would probably go as far as call me a fanboy. I really don't care. But I do see like various things on my feed, and it's like, that's nice. That's nice. It's like, I don't need that. I have enough as it is. Like, I literally, like, the top shelf of my display case is basically a Venus shrine. But, you know.
I've
what is
seen
Sailor
it, yes, it is.
Yeah, mm-hmm. And the second shelf is like an idol shrine, so, you know. So, in one of the Sailor Moon groups, somebody posted pictures of these little Sailor Moon figurines. Somebody commented that they went to Barnes and Noble to collect them all, but they couldn't find Venus and it was out of stock. So I'm staring at it and it's like, how did this fly under my radar? What the hell? How did I not know about this? But then I come to realize I tend to know more about the Japanese figurines and accessories more than the American ones, unless that one Sailor Moon group I'm in actually talks about it. And I don't think they talked about these little figurines that they have for collecting. So there is a new small line called HGIF Premium Collection. So these things were like $12 a pop. So I'm checking Barnes & Noble, I'm checking Amazon, I'm checking eBay, and I couldn't find the Venus ones. Until I just did a Google search, and I found a place in Texas that had them reasonably priced for like $16 and change. So I bought two. And here it is. Let's see if I...
Cute.
Yep. And right now, for like $55 on Amazon, you can get the entire set. And I'm sitting there thinking, look, let me go check it out. I'm thinking it's like a box with all 5 of the Senshi in individual boxes. No, it's like one whole set that you put together. And I'm just like, no, I just want Venus. So this I will be making room for in the shrine. And the other one, if you look carefully, behind me is sitting up there. So... And also on the side note, the limited edition Bishoujo Rarity is now out of stock with pre-order. So I'm just like, well, I guess I'll wait till I find it on Amazon. So, but then again, those other $20 figurines are just good deals. Like, you know, $20 for the figurine, $30 and change for the shipping, and if you have an Otaku Mode membership, you redeem points, so it's like $22 with tax and shipping. So, now that we got that out of the way, I think it's time for me to rant, to run my mouth, and I guess more or less talk shit, because I'm kind of annoyed right now. I'm not as annoyed at last week because more information has come out and a lot of this drama has calmed down. And I understand why people are angry and upset, and I get it. But my issue is the fact that people that want to say, fuck all of this, skirt the rules, and so on and so forth, you know? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about Blerdcon's craftsmanship contest, okay? First things first, what I'm going to do, I need to put my cap on. Hold on. I got to be kind of sort of woke for this, so I got to put my cap on. So now that we got that, let me get my music. So my issue is to all of the black cosplayers, con goers, and fans that are bitching about this white cosplayer who won. All I have to say is, sucks to be you. How dare you run your mouth about something like this? The contest was for everybody. The main thing was had to be 80% or better to enter. Blerdcon's mission statement is inclusive to everybody. You can't just say it's inclusive to everybody except for this one contest where it's black people only. No, you can't do that. That is not right, and that's considered segregationist and also against the law. And the fact that these so-called fans threatened this child because she won, that shit is actually ridiculous and uncalled for. So how dare you? And then you want to go after the third place winner because she's Asian? That's disrespectful within itself. So y'all need to sit the fuck down and realize rules are rules. Oh, don't get me wrong. I understand why you're angry and you're upset. Remember, when Blerdcon announced their craftsmanship contest, y'all bitched about the fact that y'all couldn't enter pre-made costumes. Entering into a craftsmanship contest with pre-made costumes defeats the purpose of the fucking contest. Okay? That shit has got to go. I actually had to explain to one fucking idiot that she won legally because her entire costume was 100% made from scratch. She dyed the fabrics, hand dyed that. I won't speak on behalf of Ichigo, but she probably has a good experience on dyeing fabrics and how much of a pain that probably is. This person had to say that because the contest said 80% only, she should have been disqualified. No, you fucking idiot. It does not work that way. Now, I actually saw somebody earlier on one of the groups get all butthurt and mad about this whole thing. And I'm just like, no, that shit does not fly. Some cosplayer by the name of Darlena Marie, alright? She's basically bitching and says she doesn't approve of white people doing anything in the costume contest. You racist bitch. Sit your ass down. It makes absolutely no sense. You can sit here and talk about how, you know, it's a black thing. We're all celebrating black creation and so forth. You're not really doing that since it's anime. We are black fans celebrating somebody else's culture in our style. Sit down and listen to yourself. Do you fucking hear yourself? And the fact that you want to say, you know, fuck the rules, the other girl should have won. No, absolutely not. I'm not taking anything against the new winner, but from what I saw, She shouldn't have been. She shouldn't have been in second place. She should have gone to third place. The Asian girl second, and the white girl first place. Y'all want to sit here and talk about, oh, it's a no-brainer to make a Cardcaptor Sakura costume. Bitch, please. I was just talking to Ichigo a while back about Ranma 1/2, and she told me about what she had to go through to make her Akane Tendo cosplay. It's not easy. To all of you who are sitting there talking about her costume is easy. Nut up or shut up. Why don't you go ahead and make a Cardcaptor Sakura cosplay? You're black like me. There is a big mama in your family. There's a big grandmama in your family. I guarantee you they know how to sew on a sewing machine. They can teach you. Why don't you go ahead and make one, all right? You talk to somebody who has made their own costumes, commissioned costumes, has done presentation judging at conventions and craftsmanship judging at conventions. It's not easy. It's fun, it's hard, but it's not easy, okay? And you want to sit here and talk about you want to throw the fucking rules out. Now, I'm not talking to those who are mad because they read the rules and understand. No, this message is for those who are mad about the whole situation. And you just want to ignore the rules, ignore the mission statement. This is for y'all, you ignorant motherfuckers, okay? And you want to talk about it ain't easy, there's no spotlight? Do you not realize the #1 black cosplayer in this country is part of a team representing the goddamn US at WCS next month? Or are you just so blind that you don't see it? And I know her. She is one of my best fucking friends. And she's been cosplaying for 14, 15 years. Makes everything from start to finish. So it can be done. So, you know what? Enough of this bitching. Next year, put up or shut up. Simple as that. Basically, what all this entails that you black cosplayers who sit here on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter showing off your costumes that you bought this, that you are the shit. No. You are not the shit. You are not. What you need to do is learn how to sew. And you ain't got to take a pattern and sew from start. Take your asses down to Goodwill, find some clothes, piece mod it. Start somewhere, okay? Because this gatekeeping bullshit has got to stop, okay? And all of you are talking about, oh, I ain't doing Blerdcon next year. This is good. You ain't got to do Blerdcon because they sure as fuck don't need you. And they are doing fine without you. And as I have said, I am not keen on Blerdcon for my reasons, but you know what? Because of this, I may have to go check it out next year because I am legitimately curious. You know, maybe going to this con will change my mind about how I feel about the convention in a nutshell. Okay? That's it, and we are done. And that's all I have to say about that. And if I offended anybody with what I said, good. That most likely means I'm talking to yo dumbass. Let me take my cap off and drink some of my water. So, think I got my point across?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yepers, peppers. Yep, you definitely got your point across.
And I understand, when my hot takes, I went deeper and harder than I normally would. I am just more upset about the whole situation and how we were handling it. The funny thing is, people are demanding that Blerdcon be black only next year. So how are we going to determine who's black? Oh, wait, hold on. Here you go. Paper bag test, anyone?
Oh.
And that's it. Now let's talk about One Piece collabing with Where's Waldo.
Yeah, so segue. So yeah, we're gonna oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I don't think anyone expected me to go this hard. I don't think anybody did.
No, and that's like it's totally valid. Like, and yeah, it's a very intense topic. Yeah, so we're gonna go into maybe a little less intense topic.
Yes, definitely.
Where's Waldo? Everybody's still searching for him. I think he and Carmen Sandiego are hanging out.
I think they're secretly
Um,
married.
So One Piece is going to meet Where's Waldo in a new collaboration poster. Where's Waldo has long been a series unlike anything else out there, revealing countless images where the readers attempt to spot the striped figure in the crowd, but it seems that a certain captain of the Straw Hat Pirates will be joining the montages with an upcoming One Piece collaboration. With the crossover event celebrating the 24th anniversary of Ichiro Aida's Shonen franchise, the mangaka will be creating a poster for an upcoming issue of Weekly Shonen Jump that will recreate the War for Wano location of Onigashima. And wow, I did not pronounce that correctly at all. Onigashima. There we go. With Waldo most likely hidden in the mix of Grand Line characters. And if for any of those of you that have been One Piece fans for a while, you'll know this is probably going to be next to impossible to find him. There are so many characters within the One Piece universe that wear red and white stripes. The War for Wano arc has been one of the most action-packed battles in the history of One Piece, assembling thousands of pirates to fight for the future of not only the isolated nation, but the entirety of the Grand Line. Luffy recently was catapulted into the sea, seemingly unable to defeat the new form of Kaido, who had been able to fuse both his human form with that of his dragon side that he has access to thanks to the devil fruit known as the fish fruit. Using this devil fruit to help granting his underlings some insane abilities of their own, the Straw Hats are now facing down untold swaths of villains. The official Twitter account for One Piece shared the new poster as well as details for upcoming collaborations that will see Waldo dropped into the shonen world that was created by the mangaka and has remained on top of the shonen series for decades. What's the weirdest anime crossover you've ever seen, chat? Have you been checking out the War for Wano arc? And you can let us know in the chat.
See, when I don't know why, maybe because hearing Waldo reminded me of another TV show. Now when I hear One Piece or someone mentions One Piece, it's gonna be like this. This is the anime that never ends. It goes on and on, my friends. That's what it's come down to, because this thing has been going for 20 years, okay?
I mean, that's kind of like Naruto, except for the fact that it like One Piece hasn't split up its, it's different generations. It's there was the time jump.
But One Piece also had a time jump, but on the same time, Naruto actually ended at episode 500, and then we got Boruto, so actually, if you're going to count the whole thing, I think Naruto is like around episode 750 or something like that.
Yeah, and I honestly, when it comes to shonen, in a lot of Japanese culture, that's kind of like the comic that you read on the train, no matter how old or young you are, and like that's and for being a staple, as long as it has been, that's actually a really that's an amazing feat for both like Naruto, One Piece, and most of the other shonen series that have been around for so long. Yeah.
I look at it this way: One Piece has been running for 20 years. Detective Conan's been running for 25. Quality over quantity. Anywho.
Yeah, there's some anime that have been running for a lot longer than that.
Oh, I know. I just can't remember a couple of them. I know we discussed a couple of them on the show.
I'm pretty sure, at least manga-wise, I'm pretty sure that Shin-Chan has been going pretty long time.
I think so too. And as Bond006 said, darn it, someone said Shin-Chan. Yep.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, he was in weekly manga action between 1990 and 2000, and then Manga Town from 2000 to 2010. So his original run is August of 1990 to February 2nd of 2010.
See out here with the party, join us, join us.
And that doesn't even count because the new Crayon Shin-chan manga started August 2010 and is still going. So yeah, so we're looking at quite a long trek for Shin-chan here.
Yep.
And if you think about it too, JoJo's been running a long time as well.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Didn't JoJo start in like 1980? Was it like 82 or 83 or something like that?
85, something like that.
Yeah.
We're
so,
on. I think we're on.
I know.
think we're on part 8 now. You know.
Yeah. So there's a lot of series that have been running for a very, very long time.
The one
And
thing,
yes, somebody needs to dub Magikaito.
and one thing about JoJo, I just like when the rumor mill starts talking about the new stands and stuff like that, because all of the stands are based on like music, you know, and Araki has said he's heavily influenced by rap and R&B, and it's like it's what he listens to when he works on the series, so you know, does make a lot of sense, you know. But now the next thing I'm going to talk about is the Japan 2.5D stage play world. If you remember, like a couple of years back, there was a limited engagement of a Sailor Moon show that was done in the same style. Me and Mako, we went. Ichigo, did you go to the DC one? Or no?
No, I haven't left my house in an era. I will soon be wrinkled and old and standing off the edge of a boat, dropping off a heart-shaped locket into the sea.
As your fandom goes on.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the DC one happened like right before.
It was Saturday.
Like that summer, right? It was the summer before COVID hit.
Yeah, it was 2019. Yeah, it was like the Saturday one. I think it was 1 week prior, and then ours was the following week, which was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
But what's going on with this is that for a few dollars, you can watch the special effect musicals. It's Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon, the musical, Nogizaka 46, 2019 version, live spectacle Naruto, My Hero Academia, the Ultra Stage. And I kind of want to buy tickets for the Naruto and the My Hero one, because I think the PGSM one is one that we've seen already, you know?
I think that is the one, but I don't think when they brought it here, I don't think they brought the entire show.
No, probably not.
Because they weren't going to bring all of the actors and actresses over with them. But I think we got not a dumbed down, but I think we got less of the generals.
Yeah. And I did like the fact they threw in a little, like, We Love USA and our New York thing as part of the show. I thought that was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But, so all the performances will be available with English subtitles, and you can watch it in the US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, the UK, and Singapore. And it'll be provided through a service called Globe Coding. August 6th to the 12th is Naruto. August 13th to the 19th is My Hero Academia. And August 20th to the 26th is Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon. And tickets are available at j25stageplayworld.com, and it's $15. And you don't have to worry about tickets running out. You know, it's a virtual streaming event that you can watch. So I think it's really cool. Okay. Now that we got that out of the way, we're going to discuss legendary J-Rocker Hyde.
Yeah, so Hyde is actually commemorating his 20-year solo career, and he's doing so with a live stream concert called the 20th Orchestra Concert 2021. Hyde, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce his last name.
Hien Jingu.
That. So it's going to be 2 performances in total, one on July 31st and one on August 1st. The VODs will be available for several days after the event. The live stream is available in all regions except mainland China, Russia, and North Korea. The concerts are going to be performed outside of the Hien Shrine in Kyoto. Tickets for the live stream opened on the official website last Wednesday and will be available until August 4th for the July 31st performance or August 5th for the August 1st performance. And they will cost $35 each. Yeah, so for those that don't know who Hyde is, he actually is part of the band Larkin Seal. He's done his own performance, and he's also part of the group called Vamp. But he has done music for soundtracks such as DNA 2, Final Fantasy The Spirits Within, Full Metal Alchemist, Mobile Suit Gundam, Rurouni Kenshin. He's also done some stuff for various video games as well, including Devil May Cry 5. And actually, I'm pretty sure he did stuff for Dirge of Cerberus.
Probably so. And I will say, I remember about over 10 years ago, I saw him as part of Larkin CL live at Otakon. And that was amazing. We had these primo side seats. It was just amazing concert.
He is an amazing person, just as, just the fact that he gives so much to not only his own community, but other people around the world when really bad events are happening. He's usually one of the first in Japan that's donating money to the different organizations. So it's actually kind of cool to see that, somebody of his age is still out there rocking shit.
I think that Hyde, to him, it's more about the love of the music than it is the money. The money is nice to have, but it's sort of like, when you get to that point where, the music isn't what it used to, Which is why I understand when some artists will change different genres, or they're like, I am done with this, Okay. And now it looks like Netflix is chomping at the bits with some Pokemon.
Oh, that was mine too.
Yep. Also your fandom.
Yeah. So I saw this and just kind of went, what the fuck? But yeah, so Netflix is actually planning for a live-action Pokemon series. Done by Joe Henderson, who is part of Lucifer's team. So supposedly he's actually going to be set to write and executive produce the series. So it was reported that it's in early development. There's no real details, anything like that. They're basically not confirming or denying that anything even leaked out. But it is going to be a live action series, somewhat like the Detective Pikachu movie. So yeah, I'm interested to see what they would do, just because of, everything else. But the fact that Netflix is doing so many live action adaptations, they're actually doing a One Piece adaptation. They're doing the Cowboy Bebop adaptation. They've done a really crappy version of Death Note. I don't think anybody liked that. They did, Full Metal Alchemist. So it's nice to see, as long as they keep it true to, I guess, the source material and don't change too many things. Pokemon, you can really go out and do a lot of things with, just because of how much crap is out there. So it's not difficult for them to come up with something that would be interesting and original, but keep to the source material. So I look forward to seeing if it actually happens.
Two things. One, I believe Netflix just threw their name on the Full Metal Alchemist movie. Warner Brothers Japan did it all themselves. I think they just bought distribution rights.
Ah, okay.
And number two, I just want to hear Pikachu go, detective. I just want to hear that just once, and maybe let Tom Ellis voice Pikachu.
Hey, it would give him something to do since, Lucifer's basically done now.
Yeah. And I saw a picture of him out, like a regular picture of him. It's the little things that make him look so different from Lucifer Morningstar. It's the little things.
Yeah, I still can't believe that he was in a comedy before this.
What comedy?
He was in a British comedy.
Oh, okay.
He's done a lot of stage and screen in Britain, but he was in a British comedy. That's what most people know him for in Britain.
And I guess the way he's playing Lucifer on the show, I bet you that blew everybody's minds over there, because the way he's doing this, the way he's doing it, kind of broke the typecast of sorts. It's also like Hugh Laurie, he did a lot of comedy before he was Dr. House.
He just did a lot of crap. I mean, not crap as in...
he did a lot of stuff.
I mean, he did a lot of stuff. I mean, yes, he did comedy, but he also did a lot of music stuff, too.
Mm.
And then he did House, and then kind of disappeared.
He's probably chilling and enjoying the residuals and stuff like that.
I actually think he started doing more stuff over in Britain again.
Probably.
Again, he's another British actor, so they get done doing a U.S. show and go right back over to Britain.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now we're going to talk about something that I thought I'd never see happen. Hakuto no Ken Miyu, or Fist of the North Star, the musical. I never would have assumed something like this would happen. So, it's going to happen at the Nisei Theater in Tokyo in December 2021. It is co-produced by Japanese talent agent Hori Pro and Ranspace, along with a theater production company in Shanghai, China. There will be performances in regional cities in Japan starting in January 2022, with a tour in China later that year. This is the second stage play adaptation of the manga following Legend of the Century End Thugs in 2017. While the 2017 play is focused on the thugs of the rival army instead of the main characters, this musical adaptation is based on the storyline of the manga according to the website Story Introduction. Newcomer Yusuke Onuki has been cast as Kenshiro, also known as the Man with the Seven Scars. Onuki has been dancing at the age of 7, has been a professional dancer since 17. He has outstanding physical abilities and has worked across genres such as ballet and street performances. Also, he recently voiced protagonist Daisuke Kanbei in the 2020 anime series The Millionaire Detective Balance Unlimited, which, by the way, is a really good anime. It's pretty good. I ain't gonna complain. And looking at the picture of him, he does pull off a really good Kenshiro. I think they should adjust his hair a little bit, but I think he can really do this. And I'm thinking about this from like a Broadway version. I'm just hearing Kenshiro going, and there's somebody singing in the background, about him killing somebody. Oh, that's gonna be a good one. And as Ciadaberry says, there's American Psycho the musical, so it stands to reason. This is true. And on that, every year I look forward to A Christmas Story the musical. I don't think they showed it last year, but but they do need to put that on Blu-ray or DVD because I actually like it. Fist of North Star, the musical. Never would have guessed. And so, we get down to our last article of the night about Neon Genesis Evangelion, the final film. We'll give it to our our residential yandere over there, Ichigo, who does cosplay a pretty cute Oscar Langley.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So yeah, Evangelion had moves the newest movie 3.0 plus 1.0 moved up to the 35th highest grossing film in all time in Japan. The final Evangelion film has exceeded a total of 10.15 billion yen. And with only 3 more days left in the majority of theaters in Japan, it was reported today that the final Evangelion film, Thrice Upon a Time, has reached the 35th spot of highest grossing films in Japan of all time, with more than 10.15 billion yen or 91.21 million US dollars grossed at the Japanese box office. That's about 150 million yen or 1.36 million made since numbers were last released 5 days ago when the movie reached the milestone of 10 billion yen, which is a blockbuster number in Japan. The 10.15 billion yen gross was on the back of the 6.64 million tickets sold, making it the 35th highest grossing film in Japan between Bayside Shakedown, now at 36th, and Lord of the Rings Return of the King at 34th place. The movie is set to leave Japanese theaters on Wednesday, so its current position on both the all-time Japanese box office chart and the all-time anime film chart in Japan, where it sits 9th overall, will likely be where it stays. And that is great for a final outing of the franchise. They finally opened in Japan after being delayed twice due to the coronavirus pandemic on March 8th, breaking the franchise records for the first day and eventually becoming the highest grossing film in the franchise, Evangelion, in Japan in less than a month. Then, the highest grossing worldwide in 35 days. And finally, the 9th highest grossing anime film in Japan of all time. It is the longest film in the franchise, not including compilations or special screenings. And an updated version of the film, Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.01, was released in Japanese theaters on June 12th. The film streams internationally on Amazon Prime Video on August 13th, coming up in English and dubbed and subbed. So you can either watch it subbed or dubbed.
And in 10 years from now, Hideaki Anno awakes from his slumber and goes, "One more Evangelion."
Yeah, it's like Miyazaki except with the Evangelion.
I'm retiring. No, you did that movie like crap. I'm going to show you how it's really done.
Exactly.
Evangelion 4.0. Too old for this crap.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it's going to be.
Or Evangelion 4.0. How many times can I piss off the Rei Ayanami fans?
Eva 4.0, I'm my own grandpa.
That's exactly. I like that one. That one's best.
No, Evangelion 4.0. Shinji finally gets in the robot.
Oh my gosh.
No. Evangelion 4.0. Congratulations.
Oh yeah, congratulations! And it's literally just like an hour-long cast of them clapping.
Yes.
It's like the little song playing in the background. Yeah.
I just realized that could be a skit to mess with people at the cons. You know, everybody, the entire cast comes out to the Ava theme, and everyone's looking all serious. Then they all turn and face the audience and just go, "Congratulations!" and start clapping.
It'd be really, really cool. Yeah, you get the whole cast and even some people doing like the armored versions of the angels and the robots and everything, and then the units, and they come out and they're just like clapping. And we have Evangelion 4.0. You cannot stop the redo.
And Evangelion 4.5. Choke Asuka Shinji. Let's hear that snap.
Oh my gosh.
No. Everyone's clapping congratulations, and Shinji goes, "I'm getting in the robot!"
Mm-hmm. fantasy ending where it's like, and then like everybody leaves the stage, and then the screen the stage goes black, and on the screen it says "The End?" question mark. Yeah.
Actually, I would think it would end more akin to You ever seen Meatballs 2?
No.
Okay, it's a Corey Feldman film. It's one of those crazy sex rom-com comedies from like the early 80s, you know. Pee Wee Herman was in it. It's a funny film. At the end of the movie, Corey Feldman comes out and goes, "What are y'all looking at? The movie's over. Go home." And he goes,
Oh, the whole meta thing.
yeah, and he goes, and then he follows up with, "I was in Goonies. Go home." Something like that, you know.
Or like, yeah, like they kind of revisited that, and like, was it Toy Story 1 where Barbie was like, "Are they gone now? Oh my god, my face is killing me," because she's like smiling while everybody's leaving.
And also, I believe the first Deadpool movie did that too.
Yeah, the first Deadpool movie did it too. And we had Theo in the chat still waiting for Goonies 2. Sorry, there was an exclamation mark next to it, and my little stupid brain was like, is that a
Goonies 2 did happen. It was the video game. They did the sequel as a video game. I did not realize how long it took me to figure that out, because I actually thought for the longest time there was a second Goonies movie, and the game was based on that. But I'm like, well, what happened to the second movie, you know? Then I realized there was a Goonies game, and this was the sequel. The first game never came to the States, so they chalked this up as like a sequel to the movie. I guess it works. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I can see that. I can't picture Shinji singing Twist and Shout, though. Gendo, I can picture, but not Shinji. All right, now let's get down to the lighter side of the show, where we talk about interesting things out of Japan. Meanwhile, in Japan, yes, Ron 421, that's correct. That too. Let's see, what do we have here? Okay, Ichigo, you could take the second news story. Okay. I'll take the first one.
I really don't want to take either of the last two.
Okay, then you want to take the first one then?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I'll take the last one, since we did talk about the first part on our last show. So, and I'm looking at this article, and I'm like, I know many people between the three of us that would do something like this. And you know I'm right.
Yeah, yeah. So basically an incident occurred on the 12th of June in Toyota City, Aichi Prefecture, when a suspect consumed 8 cans of beer between the hours of 10 a.m. and noon. Interestingly enough, that motivated the drinking connoisseur to start cleaning his room, where he happened to find a drone that he bought a few years previously and took it out of the box to see if it still worked. When he learned that it did, the drunken suspect abandoned his cleaning ambitions to take it for a spin. And not for nothing, how many people have started to clean up something, found something that they had lost and thought gone forever, and went, "Ooh, pretty," and stopped their cleaning? I think everybody has.
Guilty.
Hi.
So, while in flight, the drone weighing about 1.2 pounds collided with the window of a nearby residence. The neighbor called the police to report the crash, and the ensuing investigation led them back to the suspect, who admitted to the charges of drinking and droning. He may have been surprised to learn that such a crime actually existed, as a law regarding it had only been passed earlier this year when Japan revised its Civil Aeronautics Act to include various provision for drones. As a result, piloting a drone while under the influence became officially prohibited, and his was the first arrest of its kind in the city.
Wow.
It certainly surprised many readers of the news who had never heard of such a crime before, but could easily understand why it came to be. See, that's silly. Drones can't drink. There's no drunk flying for drones. I didn't know that, but they can certainly do harm when they crash. Drinking before noon, cleaning, playing with a drone, I can really sympathize with his situation.
I think everybody has. Yep.
It's another example of how the law must adapt to keep up with changes in society and technology. However, we too, as members of society, have to adjust our behavior to adapt with these changes as well. So the next time you get drunk before breakfast, get the urge to do some fancy flying, remember to do it in a safe and consequence-free environment. After all, that's precisely the reason that Microsoft Flight Simulator was developed.
And as Bonzo06 says, I can't see that enforcement working in the U.S. Neither can I. Half the cops will be too busy playing with the fucking drone.
Mm-hmm. We won't arrest you, just give us the controller.
Player 2!
Yeah.
Oh, man. Alright, Ichigo. So on you, my friend. I actually like this story.
If you guys are ready for a blast from the past and thinking of them vaporwave summer dreams, well, you'll be surprised to hear that the young girl starring in a cool retro-style McDonald's Japanese video is actually 62 years old. McDonald's Japan is celebrating its 50th birthday by recreating the scene on opening day at its first restaurant in Tokyo, and Tuesday marked the 50th year of the day, since the opening of the first McDonald's branch in Japan, and customers at the McDonald's Tokyo's Ginza neighborhood on July 20th, 1971 were the first in the nation to taste the chain's Big Mac, fries, and shakes. To celebrate the anniversary, McDonald's Japan is taking a loving look back with an awesome commercial that recreates the scene on opening day. Not only does the video replicate the way the restaurant's employees' uniforms and even packaging looked back then, but the fashions of the era too, with a huge number of actors and actresses in period-appropriate clothing and hairstyles. Wow, that's costume now, apparently. You can look in the article to see photos of the area of Ginza from the opening in 1971 and the recreation stills. Then you also soon see the star of the commercial, a young girl on a date who's sitting at the table while the boyfriend waits in a long line to get them some hamburgers. When the actress is interviewed about how it felt to dress up in the 70s style, you might expect her to describe it as retro or old school. But the word she chose was nostalgic, because she's actually being played by a Japanese actress, Yoshiko Miyazaki, who is 62 years old. And you can see there's actually a bittersweet story going on as the video starts. Is when the boy gets back to the table with the burgers, the schoolgirl-age Miyazaki, who again is actually a 62-year-old Miyazaki, refuses to take even a single bite of her Big Mac. "You're not going to eat after we came all the way here?" asks her date, but young Miyazaki simply nods her head with a tense smile and strained laugh. The awkward mood lingers as the boy eats his meal, and when he's finished, they part ways. "Well, goodbye," says the boy. The young Miyazaki watches his back as he walks away, her own expression silently starting to melt into sadness. We then cut to the present day, where the visibly 62-year-old Miyazaki is sitting in a modern McDonald's with a different teen boy who asks her, "But Granny, why didn't you eat it?" "I mean, I was embarrassed," she tells her grandson. "How could I eat such a huge thing in front of the guy I liked?" she explains. But this just prompts another question, since she's apparently gotten over her self-consciousness about opening wide for the Big Mac. Well then, what about in front of Grandpa? And then they have a little joke, and apparently there's a knock on the window, and it's Grandpa! And so they said, so if the Big Mac had been a little smaller, I wouldn't be here, the grandson muses. And in 1971, Miyazaki herself was still living in Kyushu on the opposite side of the country from Tokyo, so she didn't personally eat at the Ginza McDonald's on its first day. However, it says that the commercial's plot is based on a true story from one of its customers, and it's a sweet reminder that sometimes what feels like heartbreak in the moment isn't really a romantic setback, but part of the winding road on the way to finding someone you can be truly happy and comfortable with. And we can't help but wonder if one day we'll hear about a love that bloomed in part because of the McDonald's caramel macaron burger we created. Yeah, in Japan, if you've never ever been to a Japanese McDonald's or a hamburger place, they have a lot of different things that they offer. And apparently they also offer hamburger shaped desserts. So yeah, the food's actually pretty good. We've been a few times, and every time we've gone to a McDonald's in Japan, we don't do it often, but it's usually really good food for what you get.
I'm gonna have to watch that commercial later. And to go back to our last article, Michael Chan's discuss. Cedarberi says, droning under the influence is what happens when I begin to ramble drunkenly. Alternatively, one of my neighbors in New York should have refrained from drinking and droning when he would pull out his bagpipes. Wow. Alright, so 2 weeks ago, I believe, we talked about a story about a guy who stole a Mazda RX-7, stopped, and stole another RX-7. Or it was an LX-7 and stole an RX-7. Either or. I can gladly say that right now, we actually have a follow-up story for you. And it's a happy ending, too. So, lovers of sports cars, rotary engines, and human decency were outraged earlier this week when Japanese Twitter user NGO_FD3S posted a video of a group of thieves stealing his car from its parking space right across the street from his apartment in Nagoya. Unable to get down to the ground floor in order to confront them, all he could do was shout at them to leave his car alone, which is a Mazda RX-7. While recording, the criminals were trying to get a good image of the license plate they had rolled up in before they drove off in the two vehicles. When a car is stolen, it is often so that crooks can chop it up and sell its parts, and with the RX-7 being equipped with a unique rotary engine, the production of the model ending in 2002, its parts would likely command a premium on the shady secondhand market. At the same time, with Japanese domestic cars from the country's golden era of sports cars reaching an age where they can more easily registered for road use in other countries, rumors abound of a less scrupulous overseas importers buying cars from thieves in Japan while being unconcerned with checking for proof of legal ownership. So there was a good chance when the thieves took that car, their eventual destination was a chop shop or a shipping container. Nonetheless, this person asked people to be on the lookout for his beloved car, as he called it, FD, as his particular generation of RX-7 is called, and he was reunited with it, which is great. The car was found in a coin-operated parking lot about 20 kilometers, a little bit over 12 miles, northwest from where it was stolen in the city of Inazawa Aichi Prefecture. The steering column had been torn up from when the thief hotwired it, but the rest of the car, including the numerous modified body kit pieces, looked unscathed. It even still has the aftermarket wheels, which are among the easiest parts of a car to strip. NGO FD3S tweeted that the car had been located early on Tuesday morning, a little more than 24 hours after posting the video of it being stolen. It appears to have been sitting in the Inazawa lot for several hours, and the video may have been contributed to the thieves' decision to ditch the car, since significant attention would have would make the selling of the car more difficult. In later tweets, he has thanked the online community for spreading the word and says that after the stress and excitement of the past few days taking a toll on him, he's going to enjoy his first good night's sleep since the theft took place. Odds are he'll be going for a nice long drive soon, and while his car is in the shop to repair the steering column damage, he might want to think about installing an alarm, removable steering wheel, or some other sort of anti-theft device since the thieves are still at large. I like that happy ending. It's far and few that somebody gets their car stolen and they get it back so quickly. It's a Kodak moment. Well, look at the time here. We're doing pretty well. I guess we should go ahead and kind of wrap up the show.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I'm all for that. So, if you like the show, tell a friend. They in turn will tell another friend, and so on and so forth. We're independent bloggers, independent podcasters, and we do this for the fun of it. If you have any questions about the show, ideas, suggestions, and so forth, drop us a line at podcast@animejamsession.com. Again, that is podcast@animejamsession.com. We're here to believe you. Sorry, Ichigo, I didn't set up one for email, but I should, so...
It's okay.
Yep.
I'm really dumb. I forgot which ones were on the shortcut list.
I'm thinking I should, but I was like, nah, but I should. And don't forget to check out our website at animejamsession.com, where you'll find our weekly podcast. You will find cosplayer interviews, cosplay tips and tricks, links to our YouTube page of convention coverage, convention reports, and links to our Facebook page of convention coverage, editorials, and a lot more. All at animejamsession.com. And don't forget, you can find our show on podcasting sites. Any app that you use for getting podcasts, you can find us. Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor FM, all that good stuff. And you can be able to listen to over 500 episodes of our show going back several years. And what's great is that any of these apps will allow you to leave little reviews, so we'd appreciate that as well. So I think didn't I do a trigger for social media? I guess not. There we go, social. I thought so.
You're good, Ranma. You're good. I'm just trying out all the triggers. You know, you gotta keep the bots on their toes.
I know, Ichigo. You're so.
Bots have toes.
Oh,
Weird.
Ichigo.
Okay, never mind.
Oh, Ichigo, you're so trigger happy. And speaking of social media, find us on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Follow us on these social medias for convention videos, convention cosplay photos, when we're going live, and all this cool stuff, and then some. And down below is our tip jar. Links to our Streamlabs, Ko-Fi, Cheer, and Bits. And the auto hosting goes a long way. We really appreciate all that and then some. Thank you so much for that. And we're going to go around the room. Last words, Mako-chan.
I am tired.
Last words, Ichigo.
I am also tired.
My last words is dishes, and I think there is another show I want to check out on Netflix. I can't remember the name of it. Damn it. Oh well. It'll come to me. Anywho, that's it. End of list. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode of Anime Jam Session. Ari will be with us. The whole family be here. So that's all great stuff. So I'm Ranma.
I'm Mako-chan.
I'm Ichigo Gami.
Great fight, great night. See you next week.
Night.
Yamatane.
Say goodnight, Mako-chan.
Good night, Mako-chan.
Oh, perfect. That's it. We're out of here. See you next week.
This podcast has been a production of Anime Jam Session and AJS Productions. No fanboys and fangirls were hurt, maimed, shot, electrocuted, or pistol whipped in this episode. For now. The views, opinions, and thoughts expressed on the show do not reflect the staff or the network as a whole. But we're still right, damn it! For transcripts of this episode, start typing. Check us out at animejamsession.com. and vognetwork.com for more information about us and other programming. Jamatane!